All right, I am not seeing any questions. So let's talk about the final exam. The first thing I'm going to do is, again, let's go ahead and share the desktop so you're all seeing the same stuff I'm seeing. When we go to web courses, which is somewhere around here, I just want to point out, and I think I just did this today, that our final exam, your final exam, is scheduled, for April 23rd, which is what, a week from Thursday. And it will take place at 1 p.m. It'll be done, I'm pretty sure, about 99% sure, through web courses, just the way you always would have done it, going to the testing lab. The only difference is you're not going to have all day to do it. You'll have to do it at this specific time. This time is the time allocated by the UCF final exam schedule. So if we were having the exam, back at UCF in the classroom, we would begin the exam at 1 p.m. So this should not create any conflicts with any of your other classes. And it'll be timed just like the first two exams were timed, but it will begin at 1 o'clock and it'll end. I think I've got it set up to end at 2 o'clock. I may just give you the full hour rather than 45 minutes. But that means if you forget and show up at 1:45, you're going to have 15 minutes to finish your exam. You'll notice that right now I've got it at 31 questions. I'm still playing around with that. So between now and Thursday, that may change, but it'll be about the same number of questions as the previous exams. Let's see. No, you have to begin the exam at 1 o'clock. That's when it starts. The exam will have the same types of questions as the first two exams. There'll be multiple choice. There will be some matching. There might be some fill in the blank and true and false, but mostly multiple choice and mostly multiple choice. But so there could be some of the other types as well. How to prepare for the exam? Well, in the olden days when we would meet face to face, I would say review the slides, watch the videos that are within each of the slides, excuse me, and take notes of those videos. The videos I'm referring to were in the slide on the big data and data analytics and the Tableau introductions. There definitely will be questions coming from those, but now you have not only the slides, but you have either the Zoom recordings or the YouTube recordings of me going over those slides, as well as all the Tableau material. So those recordings are obviously a resource that you could use to prepare for the exam as well. Just like the first two exams, there will be there will be both conceptual questions. What is the definition of data analytics? What is the definition of the 3 V's of data analytics? Conceptual things like that. And then there will be application type questions. Here's a visualization. What kind of visualization is it? If I might do something, let me share my screen again and pull up Tableau. If I I could give you something that says, if I want to see how much sales there were for each of the 3 categories, where would I place sales? And this could be a multiple choice question, and one of the choices might be drag sales to the columns row. Okay, so you would have to, know enough about Tableau, and I think at this point, having created so many visualizations and charts, you would, you know, that is hopefully you would consider a fairly straightforward question. But that type of question where I might give you a partially filled out visualization and ask you, what do we have to do to get the visualization to finish it, so that it appears as, you know, X, Y, or Z, you would be able to say drag something to one of the shelves, or cards in the marked shelf, etc. So there'll definitely be questions like that as well. Yes, you need to remember calculations and how to do them. You definitely need to make sure you understand the level of detail expressions. So that was why I made you do that awful assignment where you had to create your own LOD expressions and visualizations to help you conceptualize what each one was doing, because there'll certainly be both conceptual questions. What is an exclude LOD expression, for example? But there could also be, you know, LOD. You know, I could easily do an LOD expression where I do, here's category and here's, you know, subcategory, and I do sales, and I say, what if we want to see sales, but we want to exclude category? Well, we know how to do that. We create an exclude LOD, right? We would do, let's say, exclude category. We would go exclude category sum of sales. Hopefully I've done it right. And then if I threw this up here, we would have, I think, different results. Did I do that right? I didn't do that right. What did I do? Probably should have been exclude subcategory. Sorry. There you go. So this is why you have to practice this stuff. And then you have to type it right. So what did I do? All right. Here. Okay. So I might say, you know, I could ask a question where I might give you a visualization like this and ask you how this was created, or I might give you a visualization like this and ask you, you know, if we want to see just what the, excuse me, just what the sales were for each of the categories, what LOD expression would be needed, and that would be the exclude, which if I did it right the first time would have been better. So does that make sense? Sorry, I wasn't sharing the screen, so you didn't see all my mistakes, so that's probably a good thing. Does anybody have any other questions about the exam? I'm also planning on posting all of this information